Hello guys and girls, welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat. I bet you can't guess where I am. One of my favorite places in the entire world, Bass Pro Shop. This is as close to heaven as you can get here on this earth. Bass Pro Shop. Be sure to stick with us all the way through this chat, because at the end of this chat, by the way, I'm not up here shopping, although I cannot go into a Bass Pro Shop store without shopping. But be sure to stick with us at the end, all the way to the end of this chat, because at the end of the chat, I am going to be talking about what the world is consumed with right now, the coronavirus. The coronavirus, yes sir. And what I want to do is, I want to make sure that I just kind of give you my opinion on it. I know that my opinion is not worth a whole lot, but I'm just a poor country fisherman here from Oklahoma, and the coronavirus has just about messed up the whole world, it seems like. And I don't really know why that's happened, but it certainly has. And by the way, we're scheduled to be here at 2 o'clock. I just understand I got a phone call from somebody that said that we were scheduled to be here at 1 o'clock. So it's 1:15. We're either 45 minutes early or 15 minutes late. I don't know which. So that's kind of good when you get in the situation. But it's been a great week out here. We've been in Alabama. I went and worked the Bassmaster Classic last Saturday and Sunday. And then I stayed in Alabama and fished for 4 days. And we caught a lot of fish. We didn't catch a lot of big fish, but I did catch one really big fish down there in Alabama that I caught because of my pan optics, my Garmin pan optics. I would never have caught that fish, would have never known that fish was there. And the fish is up in the 10-pound category. He wasn't a 10-pounder, but I'm going to call it a 10-pound category because he's like high 8s, low 9s, just a really, really big fish. But anyway, we'll have that fish. We did a show that day. I fished with my buddy Red Berry. We did a show on that, and we'll have that on soon on YouTube and on our Facebook. And we fished 4 days down there. Fished with Russell Hansen, the guy that developed the plastic worms, and he's the guy that invented that, has the patent on the BioBait products. I got to spend a few days there with Russ, a couple of days, and we just had a great time down there. Just absolutely phenomenal. So that was a good 4 days, a great 4 days down there. Spent all day Friday coming home. I worked at the Cabelas store here in Oklahoma City yesterday. Thank you for everybody that came by and visited. My buddy Angela Shepard drove all the way up from Tulsa, all the way up here to Oklahoma City, the Cabelas store, and came by and visited with us. So many people came by, and I appreciate that. Be a lot here at the Oklahoma City store also. Can I tell you that Oklahoma City is a little bit like a ghost town down here, but as I came through Norman and Moore, Oklahoma, through Restaurant Row, all the restaurants there, every one of them were jam-packed. Every one of them was completely full. I'm talking completely full. So that was good. I've got a great week planned this week. Won't bore you with it too much because I don't have any work planned this week. Now, I'll work a lot. There's no doubt about it. I'm going to try to film tomorrow with my buddy Josh Jones. We have like a 90% chance of rain. We're going to go anyway, so we may not get much filming done, but we're going to go fishing, get wet, try to catch a few big fish. But anyway, I know the camera's shaking there. Chris is shaking like crazy because she's cold. I don't know why. 46 degrees out here and the wind blowing about 15 miles an hour. So I don't know what the chill temperature is, but it's colder than she wants it there. So I don't understand that. So I'll just grab the camera from her, and I can't see where it's pointing. So I don't really know where that camera's pointing at all. I just got it pointing at me. I can't see it at all. But so we're going to be spending the week with the kids is what we're going to be doing actually, and it's always a great time. I've got grandkids coming down, great grandkids and grandkids coming down. We're going to have a blast. We got rain scheduled every day, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% chance of rain every single day. And we will have a great time. There's absolutely no doubt about that. We're going to fish. We're going to hunt. The turkey season's not open yet, but we're going to call up some turkeys. I'm going to take Lightning, my grandson, 12-year-old, out, and we're going to call up some turkeys. And I'm going to let him watch them strut and gobble and really have a good time. I might video some of that. I don't know. Might not. Probably just play around this week. We might have a little bit of video showing really what's going on, really what's happening out there. But anyway, we might even, while we're in here in the Bass Pro Shop store, might do one of the catch of the days inside the store, because this is obviously a great place to do anything inside of a Bass Pro Shop store. They've got the Spring Fishing Classic going on right now. It goes all the way from March 12th to April 1st, where they've got incredible buys and things going on out here that just amazing. You can see, there's walking in everywhere. It's just one of the busiest, I guess probably the busiest place in Oklahoma City right now is right here at Bass Pro Shop. Lots of people coming and going. It's going to be a big crowd in here today. A lot of them come here to visit me, I hope. I think a lot of them probably did. But we're going to, hey man, how you doing? Good to see you, Mike. Good to see you. Anyway, we're going to have a great time in the store here the next 2 or 3 hours. I think we're supposed to be here till about 4 o'clock. So we're going to have a great time. And let's talk about that coronavirus. Let's just talk about that for a few minutes because, by golly, it seems like it's encapsulated the whole world. And I've seen things happen during this virus that I've never seen happen in my lifetime, and I've lived a long time. And obviously, a lot of this has been driven by the media. We have a media right now that I believe probably hates America. They hate the president so bad that they would like to see thousands of people die by the coronavirus or see the economy tank, and they love to create crises because they got people watching their networks, and it's strange, it's crazy, it's probably one of the worst things we can do, and I'm guilty of listening to the networks and watching it just like everybody else, but I've never ever seen anything like it. I've never seen it where we're acting the way we're acting right now. Can I tell you that God's got this? Can I tell you that if you're a born again saved Christian, and I know a lot of our almost 40,000 people out there on YouTube are, I know a lot of our almost 300,000 people on Facebook are, and if you are, don't worry about it. You know, Franklin Roosevelt said almost 100 years ago when we had what they call the Great Depression here in the United States. Even me and Bill Dance and Roland Martin was not alive when that happened. But he made a statement during his inaugural address when he said, "You have nothing to fear but fear itself." And it's a statement that will last forever. In every crisis, what happens is we're afraid. We're closing down schools, we're closing down churches, we're closing down businesses, closing down everything because of fear of the unknown, really, of what might happen. This virus is a virus that will affect not very many Americans. It'll kill even less. And it's not nearly as detrimental as cigarettes. It's not nearly as detrimental as alcohol. It's not nearly as detrimental as prescription drugs, opioid, to kill pain that kills, I guess, thousands of Americans every single year. It's not nearly as deadly as the regular flu, which has killed 18 or 20,000 Americans already. It'll kill about 40,000 in a normal year. But the one thing it might do is cause us all to do what I've been doing and everybody else is worship our heads a lot. Might be a lot more healthy because of that. It'll affect those of you out there that go fishing a lot less than it will anybody else because you're out in the bright sunshine, God's sunshine that He's provided. That gives you a lot of, I think it's vitamin C you get from being out in the sun, maybe vitamin D. It's one of those numbers, A, B, C, or D. It's one of those. So when you're out fishing, you're gonna be building up your body and help you against the regular flu, the cold, all the diseases that's known to mankind. Certainly the coronavirus also. But can I tell you, a person way more important than Franklin Roosevelt used fear also in a sentence. And he said, "Fear not, fear not." That was Jesus Christ Himself that said that. He said, "Fear not, for I am with you always, even unto the end of the world." Not sure exactly where that verse was, I just know that that's what He said. Fear not. And that's my recommendation on the coronavirus. God's got this. Fear not. I might catch the coronavirus. I've been on lots of airplanes. I'm getting ready to go shake hands with a lot of people, getting ready to hug a lot of people. I know you're not supposed to be doing that, but I washed my hands just before I came here. And I think a lot of them in there are going to be washing their hands too. We're probably better disinfected than we normally are. But fear not. God's got this. And this country got through that Great Depression that Franklin Roosevelt said those famous words, "Got nothing to fear but fear itself." This country will get through this. Americans will get through this. Christians will get through it even better. Today, our president called this day a National Day of Prayer, made a declaration, a National Day of Prayer. He asked Christians to pray, and I think that's what we ought to be doing. All of us ought to be praying for this country. We ought to be praying for the president, the vice president, all of the people that's making the various decisions around this country, all those people that are going to be affected by this. I mean, I've been affected by this already. I had 4 or 5 cancellations in my schedule. One of them was at a Great Ranger dealership, Thayer Marine, in Norwich, Connecticut. The big automotive parts show that I was going to out in Las Vegas was canceled. 4 days out there, and 20,000 people were supposed to be at that show, as well as from 10 different countries. 20,000 people from 10 different countries was going to be at that show, and they canceled that show. I was supposed to speak at the Fellowship Church, which is a great big giant church in Arlington, Texas, right across from the Bass Pro Shop store there in Arlington, Texas. I was supposed to speak there next Sunday during all 4 Sunday morning services. That was canceled. However, that service is now back on. Pastor Ed Young, which is one of my fishing buddies, pastors that great church down there, a tremendous preacher. I just love to listen to him preach. But he said, by golly, we're going to have that anyway. So I don't know how many people will show up. Normally about 20,000, 30,000 people show up at that church. I don't know how many is going to show up. But I know also we've got a great amount of quite a few pastors that are YouTube fans. Quite a few of them are on here that are Facebook fans. Can I just tell you, pastors out there, you preachers, don't cancel your church services. I heard right off the bat on this yesterday or the day before, where one entire denomination of churches suspended their church services nationwide for the foreseeable future. Can you imagine how the devil loved that? Can you imagine how Satan rejoiced when that happened? Don't do that. If you're preaching a church out there, you keep that church open. You preach every Sunday. And I don't know what's going to happen down there with Fellowship Church next Sunday. I know the service is back on. I know that we're going to have a few people there, because some of my family is going to drive 250 miles from Oklahoma and go down there and be there for those church services. So several of mine are going to be there, no doubt about that. But my guess is that church will probably be packed like it always is on a Sunday morning. So if your church is closed down there in the Fort Worth area next Sunday because of this coronavirus, and if we do have that, and I believe we'll have it unless the police shut it down, and they'll probably have to shut it down. That'll probably happen. I understand that in Dallas, a big church down there got a special permit to go in and have church today. And what I'm saying is, this coronavirus could be of the devil, and he might be doing nothing other than keeping you from worshiping next Sunday. So keep your churches open, preachers. That's all I'm saying. Keep your churches open. A lot of you are deacons out there. You have a hand in that decision. Keep those churches open. Let's keep worshiping God, and let's fear not. We're going to go into Bass Pro right here and have a great time right now. Shake a lot of hands. Wash your hands. I heard people say, listen to the doctors. I listened to some doctors on the news on the way driving up here from down in southern Oklahoma, driving to Oklahoma City, and every doctor contradicted the other doctor about this thing, so they don't know what's going on either. But I know that washing your hands is a good thing. My mama taught me to do that when I was just a little bitty tiny boy, so that's a good thing. Wash your hands. If you want to keep 6 feet away from other people, that'll be fine, but I'm not fixing to do that today. If I catch that coronavirus, if I die for that coronavirus, you tell people he lived all of his life for that day right there. So, all right, guys and girls, you go out there and have you a good one this week. Use this as some family time. A lot of schools are not going to be open. Kids don't even hardly catch the coronavirus, yet they're closing schools. I got to admit, don't understand that. However, a lot of kids are going to be around home this week, so when they are, spend some time with them, take them fishing. That'd be a good thing to do. Let's go ahead and Bass Pro Shop and have some fun. Guys and girls, have you a great week out there. I love you. How you doing, man? I'm doing good.
Waiting for it to get warm.
It's about to freeze out here, isn't it?